Hello, I'm SlimmDa KID. Thank you for tuning into this brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 15th of April, 2025. We have a unique episode this week. Round 1, Round 2 are full of information, so be sure to listen carefully as I start to give that sort of info to you, the fan, to enjoy. However, Round 3 is incredibly short this week. Not a lot of titles were on the line, and that is for a good reason. WWE's largest pay-per-view of the year is coming up this weekend. It's also a holiday weekend, and several other top promotions in the world have followed suit and will hold pay-per-views this particular weekend. So not a lot of gold was defended during the week, but there was some titles that were up for grabs, and I have those exclusive results for you to hear firsthand on this brand new Round 2 Wrestling episode. However, let's kick things off by putting our ear to the scanner and taking a listen to the most recent gossip floating around in the world. This is Round 1, the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill, brought to you by CagesideSeats.com. Although it's being listed as a 3-hour show, the Daily Update notes the April 26th episode of AEW Collision will only be 2 hours per the usual. In an interview with Bill Apter, WWE legend Lex Luger said he still doesn't know if Sting will be allowed to induct him into the WWE Hall of Fame, but he wants him to do so alongside WCW great Diamond Dallas Page. During an interview with Ariel Helwani, Gunther confirmed that he signed a new WWE deal at quote-unquote the end of last year. He also said he got a tour bus in the deal. Quote, "I asked for that. What you don't ask for, you don't get." End quote. WrestleVotes also says that, quote-unquote, an announcement is coming at the end of the month about WWE's Money in the Bank plans, which they already reported will be June 9th at Los Angeles Intuit Dome. WrestleVotes says the name of Stephanie McMahon's new podcast will be What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon. WWE is going to push it, quote-unquote, in a big way. One reason why Jon Moxley's reign as AEW World Champion has lasted this long, despite frequent online criticism, is because CEO Tony Khan is pleased with the numbers he is pulling in as champion. According to WrestleVotes, WWE is considering the idea of the Street Profits defending the WWE Tag Team Championship on the April 18th episode of SmackDown on the eve of WrestleMania 41. F4W Online's Dave Meltzer said the reason why AEW's Billy Gunn is in the WWE 2K25 video game is because, quote, he also has a WWE Legends contract, end quote, in addition to being under contract with AEW. WWE's Nick Aldis is the favorite to replace Kevin Owens as Randy Orton's WrestleMania opponent at outlets like BetOnline. Aleister Black has the next best odds, followed by Solo Sikoa and Ludwig Kaiser. That is the end of Round 1 and the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. Let's move away from the gossip and the whispers in pro wrestling and talk about something that is a bit more real. This is Round 2 Pro Wrestling News. Well-known wrestler leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling and enters free agency.
You what?
Jeff Cobb has left New Japan Pro Wrestling. In a statement, New Japan announced it had come to terms with Cobb's request for his departure. Cobb's departure prompted the company to vacate the IWGP Tag Team titles. For those unaware, Cobb shared the tag team titles with Callum Newman prior to his departure from the promotion. Jeff Cobb first popped up in New Japan back in 2017. He's a former one-time never openweight champion and a New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion. The 42-year-old star has also made sporadic appearances for AEW. Fightful previously reported that the company had been eyeing him, and that is WWE, and the Rising United Empire star for some time, with one source going so far as to mention him already listed on WWE's internal roster. WWE and well-known toy company agree to new terms.
Oh my God!
Mattel Incorporated and WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, yesterday announced a multi-year extension to their global licensing agreement, which sees Mattel continue to produce a wide range of WWE products, including action figures and accessories, playsets, role-play items, vehicles, and vehicle accessories. Mattel and WWE have partnered to deliver a dynamic and diverse lineup of toys since 2010, now sold in over 50 markets worldwide. Mattel's WWE action figures have consistently ranked among the top 10 properties in the U.S. action figure category, with the WWE Main Event Action Figure Series being the longest-running continuous action figure assortment in history. Mattel's current offering of WWE products can be found online at shop.mattel.com and in select retailers globally. Former Detroit Red Wing and four-time Stanley Cup champion buys Pro Wrestling School.
Oh my God!
He was one of the toughest players in the NHL. Former Detroit Red Wing great Darren McCarty has acquired a long-time professional wrestling school. The four-time Stanley Cup champion now owns the House of Truth, based in Centerline, Michigan, which will now be rebranded as the Grind Time Wrestling Academy. Founded by veteran wrestling trainer Truth Martini, the House of Truth has seen a number of athletes learn the ropes at the school, which has produced some top-tier talent. McCarty says he not only wants to keep the school's legacy going, but aims to build on it and bring a new level of excitement, visibility, and opportunity to the school and the Michigan independent wrestling scene. Truth Martini will remain involved with the school in a leadership and training capacity. Joining him as a co-trainer and head female trainer is Randy West, who was Truth's first female graduate, along with Rory Shield. The Michigan tag team, known as the Pillars, consisting of third-generation wrestler Malcolm Monroe III, or MM3, and Tommy Vendetta, will also bring their knowledge and expertise, as well as longtime trainer Nick Mouse. For more info, please visit hotwrestlingschool.com or visit the HOT Wrestling School on Facebook. AEW announces introduction of new Women's Championship.
Oh my God!
Following Saturday night's AEW Collision TV tapings, CEO Tony Khan announced the introduction of the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship. The first champion will be crowned at Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, with a tournament to determine the inaugural title holder already underway following recent AEW Collision tapings. Be sure to follow AEW Collision and Dynamite as more news and more results from this tournament come to public light, and as we grow closer to crowning the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Pure Wrestling Champion. TNA invites NCAA National Champion UNLV hockey team to appear at upcoming pay-per-view.
It's fucking stupid.
TNA Wrestling has invited the University of Nevada, Las Vegas hockey team to their upcoming WrestleMania 41-week show, TNA Unbreakable 2025, scheduled for April 17th at Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas, Nevada. The company issued a press release to announce the news yesterday, noting that they are inviting UNLV for a ceremony to honor their 2025 National Championship victory. The University of Nevada, Las Vegas Rebel Hockey's official X account responded to the news, writing, quote-unquote, "We'll see you in the ring." This reporter wonders, will TNA extend that same offer to Division I NCAA Hockey National Champions Western Michigan Broncos, or is this strictly a one-off because of the time and location of TNA's next pay-per-view? That is the end of Round 2 and pro wrestling news. Let's continue this brand new episode by moving right into Round 3 title matches. However, warning, this next segment may contain match results from matches not yet announced or televised, including pay-per-view results from the following promotions: AEW, Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, TNA, NWA, MLW, GCW, Defy, AAA, CMLL, New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Noah, Stardom, Rev Pro, etc., etc. Here we go. This will be the shortest Round 3 in Round 2 wrestling history. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, the world-class Wrecking Crew, defeated Intergalactic Jet Setters to retain the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. Tomohiro Ishii defeated New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion Gabe Kidd to become the new New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion. IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Hiroki Goto defeated Shota Umino to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. NWA National Champion Mims defeated Mike Mondo to retain the NWA National Championship. That is the end of Round 3. This is the shortest Round 3 in Round 2 wrestling history, but that leaves us wide open for Round 4, Did You Know? Did you know are little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world you may or may not have known about. You gotta love the bell. Did you know the WWF's Bushwhackers, that is Luke and Butch, once owned a restaurant together in the mid to late 1990s. It was located in Tampa, Florida, and the duo would often appear at the establishment, mixing drinks, leading karaoke, and serving food. The restaurant has since closed down and is now a new restaurant called Cali under new ownership. Did you know the famous Hart House was built in 1905, housed 12 Hart children, and trained countless wrestlers in the basement known as the Dungeon? Before Stu Hart bought the house in 1951, it was used as an orphanage and was also used as a hospital during World War I. There were 2 major fires in the house back in 1979 and 2012. It now stands as a historical landmark in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Did you know in the year 2000 the Blue Meanie was approached from video game developers about having a game created based on his character? It would be an Americanized version of the popular Japanese video game Pepsi Man, which had a superhero named Pepsi Man who ran obstacles in various game settings. At the time, Meanie was employed by the WWF and they declined his involvement in a game. 2 months later, the Blue Meanie was released by the WWF. Did you know Eric Bischoff was promoted to Senior Vice President of WCW in 1994? He signed a contract for 3 years, making $500,000 a year. And did you know, in 1993, Bruce Pritchard was very briefly used as a color commentator for WWF's All-American Wrestling program, paired with Gorilla Monsoon. Pritchard used the moniker of the Wizard, but was never shown on camera. Pritchard also used more known aliases, such as Brother Love, and to a much lesser degree, Rio Rogers. I am your host, SlimmDa KID, and I personally want to thank you for tuning into this brand new Round 2 Wrestling episode. Be sure to join us next week as I bring you more news, more rumors, and more results from the world of professional wrestling.